times. So it's obviously you're saving time. A 20 millimeter may need 2 runs, so it's double the time. So thickness really, but I'm not saying that Indian shipyards should achieve the target like 12 to 15 like the Japanese shipyards. No, but when will it be? The moment you grow big, you are graduating from building supply vessel, you are going up to Panamax, then obviously your thickness has gone up.
That will come automatically.
No, so
even
thickness
if
has
we
come
want
up.
today,
So
automatically it will come.
It will happen. So
When you grow.
When you grow big, you are also graduating from building small ships, you are going up to the Panamax, then your thickness also is increased, then you are comparable
That's
to
what,
anybody else. So I think it's
I think very important to look into ancillaries, the industry in India, which is almost zero. Now, Mr. Kumar will be knowing if he wants to build the ship faster, maybe he will not get the main engines faster. Yeah, he is handicapped there. Similarly, other equipment
unless the mother industry grows first, unless the demand is created by the mother industry, the shipbuilding industry, actually cannot grow.
see
Unless an Indian shipyard buys an Indian ancillary, this Indian ancillary manufacturer is not going to be able to sell it to Japan.
The in Korea, ancillaries, they are not only dependent on local market, they are how much they are exporting whole world. India being the cheaper,
Initially where did it start?
many the vendors, many people, including say big engine manufacturers, including BMW and Varsala I'm talking, they want to set up their things here under license, a big one. People are interested, and I'm sure very soon it will happen also.
They have done in Shanghai, all the ship's equipment is available.
This is very
in Shanghai.
important. They are not thinking that in India the engine 10 will be sold. When they are considering, they want
to
to
export. See,
they export
BMW has got a lot of plants in China. Chinese shipyards are not supposed to import engines. They are first supposed to buy BMW engines from China. Only if they fail to get some, within they have to take a government permission and they can import from outside. That's the only.
Look at
No, it's a rule.
No, it's not a rule.
Because
we almost place the order for ships and we put BMW engine original coming from Denmark and they agree to put it. Because
the client puts it, but tell me today the ancillary is coming up in China because Chinese shipbuilding started about 15 years back. Similarly, when did the Korean ancillary industry come in? It follows. First the shipbuilding comes. If the shipbuilding follows the low wage islands, wherever the low wages, if the conditions of business permit it to follow, it follows that because after all it is now gone into Vietnam also. Previously Vietnam was also as low in terms of wages as before, but today the economy has opened up and therefore shipyards are now putting up the investments in Vietnam and putting.
So, Mr. Kumar, can we say that once, as Mr. Ghosh has pointed out, also Mr. Advani has said, the scale of operations is what is the momentum that the industry gains will automatically or will tend to pull in other support services as well as design and a whole lot of ancillaries. Can we say that? Would it be correct to say?
Absolutely. Somebody will be attracted.
Then how to get that scale is the main question.
No,
that may be the key issue.
That is the critical mass, critical thing that has to be achieved.
Mr. Rajendran, how are you thinking? Because you are a new entrant, you are starting from the top. And
I didn't want to break this. In fact, we are already into ancillary development. We are making steering gear, we are making stabilizers, we are starting propellers.
No, what about the market?
One thing, all due respect to L&T, you will not sell one of those steering gears in the private market. You will only sell it to the Indian Navy. That's at that price. At that price.
Yeah.
At that price, you cannot sell it to anybody.
When we need the other one, we can use it.
That's it. What I'm saying is
no. That's okay. That's a different policy. It's a different strategy you have adopted. You are going in. But I'll tell you. That's just a guess that a main engine plant. If BMW wants to give somebody a license, or somebody wants to take a license from BMW and open up a plant here, he needs to sell at least 20 engines a year, at least. This is my estimate, it could be more, possibly to break even and make some profit. He may have to sell 20 to 30, but not all plant can do this much. I tell you, some plants are small. In China, there are various plants. Somebody has got a capacity of 16 or 18, somebody has got 20, some Dalian has got little high. But all the engines are getting consumed in China because there is a lot of shipbuilding involved in it. And whenever there is a shortage, they can always import from Korea or some places. And there the government, as I told you, although you have mentioned it, still the shipyard needs a government permission, which you will get it very quickly. And there it doesn't take much time to get such clearances. Because I was also involved in, I've seen similar project where the owner wanted a engine from outside China, and the shipyard had to convince the government, and it took some time, and they imported from China, Korea. So that's okay. But the ancillary will only grow when I see somebody in front. Let's say I see Mr. Kumar, he's building so many ships. I can go and tell Mr. Kumar, okay, please help me. He says, okay, fair, go, Rosh, you go and set up something. I will give you orders. I feel encouraged. I go and I may be surviving with Bharti orders. I may like to grow big, I may take orders from others, but at least I should be assured. The same way that he wants an assurance that there should be order for him, the shipping companies, I also, if I am an ancillary, I would like to see the shipyard having some good orders. And this is how all the ancillaries in China has come up. You will find
even in this case, if you take L&T, after all, it's in the Indian shipyard we started making the Indian naval ships. That's the reason why you got these orders for the ancillary. It's not that you are making the ancillary for the foreign yards.
No, no.
And
It's always the question that one industry has to
and
custom
also, these ancillaries are what? In China, everybody is a licensed manufacturer. All European companies cannot do anything in Europe, they're almost dead. So they have come to China with license agreement. All the names are same, the European names, made in China. You take anybody.
Same thing can happen here
and
also.
Rolls-Royce and MacGregor.
Let
anybody.
the mother industry grow, that will follow.
It will
This
follow.
my
But I am telling you,
But
it
what
is
is
coming.
needed-
Irrespective of
needed?
what we discussed today,
What we should do,
every forum outside I have seen, the people perhaps abroad, they know better India than what we know today from outside. Everybody says India is growing what China they used to say before. Now within 3-4 years, India, and they have many reasons to say. I used to ask why you feel. We don't feel being in India that we are growing in
We were
shipbuilding,
talking so much
but they have
about
hundreds of reasons saying
automobile
why
industry.
India is growing.
You know how did automobile component company grew? It's only because
the automobile industry.
no, Maruti used to get all these components and used to reject everything because poor quality. Maruti forced everybody to improve their quality through a particular structured way. It's not just out of the blue. It took them quite some time. Maybe it took them 7-8 years. Now almost I think maybe 100% components are Indian, and not only Indian, these components are also being exported. It's because they improved the quality, but they had a support from Maruti. Now
No, that's
here
what
is,
it goes here again.
No, no,
the
here-
same thing. The mother
no.
industry has to come up
There's
first.
another, yeah, mother
And
industry
all
has to
that I'm
come up.
asking is, I'm not asking even for the assurance of the order that no, I will get 10 orders. I want an assurance of an equality of opportunity to get you.
Yeah,
That's all that I'm looking
as
for.
far as my perception is, what we need is a committed leadership. What we are getting is a supportive leadership. There is a lot of difference. Supportive leadership is all talk. You will get 30% subsidy, fine. Where is the commitment?
Not
Where-
one rupee
Where
disbursed as yet.
where does the shipyard
Yeah, nothing,
get
not a
30%?
Not a single
So-
paisa has been
so
disbursed.
all-
No.
All this
I-
talk,
Not a single private yard has yet got.
all this
But
talk
government
is-
has started getting.
Government yards have.
You will also get very soon.
Yeah, I will get. Otherwise, I'm.
So what basically
He started investment.
100% I will get.
No,
What
no, all the
basically-
No, I'm just giving a support to
hurdles-
his argument.
No, no.
Supportive leadership. So far it has been supportive, but I'm sure that will change into.
committed leadership is essential.
Because of that policy itself, many orders will come to India.
Yeah, it is already coming. It's already coming because of that.
It will come. See,
After all, the orders
it's
from
what we
Cochin
are-
Shipyard, Bharati,
finally,
ABT, others have come because of it.
everybody will also have to improve their process because 300 hours per ton or 180 hours per ton is not good enough. It's not going to take you anywhere.
Commander Mukherjee, I want to ask you, see, naval shipbuilding in India is at a scale, it is definitely big, right? What kind of productivity
Very
performances are there,
Very
and why?
poor.
So, does it mean that scale will not solve the problem?
No. The thing is that, as I mentioned in the beginning, government has got no business to run business. They should all
Other day I
private.
was in a government yard, I won't take names. They were proudly telling me that their thing is something like 560 man hours per ton. They was proudly being told that they have
Very good.
reduced their productivity, they increased their productivity and reduced the number of man hours to 560 man hours per ton. Now,
You see, I tell you a story. In 87, when I was asking for premature retirement, everybody started throwing me directorship and all that. I said, no more government job because I'm sick of it. We can do nothing. So I'll be all for the free, and private body. Because decision-making process and everything constrained. Rajendra was working for a government organization. he couldn't purchase anything more than 30-40 lakhs. His director, managing director has got no power here to go to the board. All this kind